still existing. As he reborn, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't go on this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, look around, you'll see the Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh, tyrannies they manifest. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. No, 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 no. The poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company. Brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. We just can't go on this way. No, we just can't go on. Oh Lord, why Lord must we suffer like this? You said that you will take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We just can't go on this way. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lie. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppressors pay. So
get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licked from the slave master to become the landowner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother, what you're after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should.
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy.
You are a star of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a star of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a star of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a star of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a star of the universe, no less than the trees.
Planet that the Creator identified Himself with. The first one is the eagle. The eagle. And the second animal is the lion. And when I identified those two animals as His favorite to identify Himself with, I recognized I better study these two animals, because if He is the leader of the universe and I want to be a leader on earth, I better find out the nature of these animals and also the attitude of these animals. And I discovered that both of them are the kings of their domain. The eagle is the king of the bird kingdom, and the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. But let's talk a little bit about the lion. The lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. Everybody say attitude. A leader has an attitude that makes him or her different from followers. Now, the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion to me is a great source of encouragement to all of us. I want you to write this down. Remember this as long as you live. Number one, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. Number two, the lion is not the largest animal in the jungle. Number three, the lion is not the heaviest animal in the jungle. Number four, the lion is not the smartest animal or the most intelligent animal in the jungle. And yet, when he shows up, they all run away. Well, here's one of my favorite quotes that I put in my books, and I believe it really brings home the point. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep? And the answers to that dilemma is this: because leadership can transform cowards into violent warriors. The right kind of leadership can transform a timid into bold people who are fearless. Leadership is that powerful. Leadership can walk into a camp of depressed people, and in 20 minutes, they have turned on into unbelievable, powerful armies. Because leadership determines everything. The lion is the king of the jungle because of one word: attitude. Everybody say attitude. Write it down. Attitude. The lion has a different attitude that makes every animal afraid of him. Now, we don't want to lead by fear, but it does take respect for you to become a leader. When I use the word fear in the jungle, we're talking about respect. The elephant respects the lion. The hyenas respect the lion. The giraffes, they respect them. What makes these massive animals respect such a small cat? The attitude is the difference. For example, a lion will see an elephant, and the thing that comes to his mind, one word: lunch. I could eat this thing. And he acts the way he thinks. Now, here's another amazing mystery. The elephant is larger, bigger, stronger, more powerful, heavier, and more intelligent. And yet, when the elephant sees the lion, one word comes to mind: eater. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from your belief system.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this: never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZY 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with yours truly, Professor Warshid and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. TNT time and 6 to 9 p.m. USA time. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be flying solo tonight. Yeah, I haven't done a solo show in quite some time. I'll be flying solo tonight. I'll be all by my lonesome tonight. Tommy's going to join us again on Sunday. Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics. So I'll be all by my lonesome tonight. And of course, as we say here in the village, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a purple t-shirt, an orange t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with the Dat Triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. I keep saying the Dat Triplets. Right? Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenorania, Sonaranias. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with Professor Warshid and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. And you know we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have Dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
Yeah. And that's our resident doctor, the man that call himself, well, yeah, we give him that name, Dr. Love, yeah, the love doctor. The man with all the lovely words, yeah, of course. Let me quickly go into the chat here and see. Hey, Bijram was in first. Bijram, boy. Bijram, you take over from Nadia, boy. Oh, yeah, boy. Bijram was out first. Big Bijram from Fisher Pond. Yeah, I think I get that right. And out in Sandy Grande. Yeah, Caribbean Soul, welcome. Hailey, boy. The man with the name, the H-Man. So Caribbean Soul says, I wouldn't be active tonight. Flo called me in to do a modem change today, saying the other modem I had was outdated, and since 2 p.m. they haven't put on they haven't put back my internet. I outside thiefing Wi-Fi. Oh God, nothing like Trinidad, right? Man outside thiefing Wi-Fi. Hey, look, we partner from the Beaton, boy. Anderson Wilson, boy. Anderson, I hear the PNM get your family a older man. I hear that. I think it's true, right, Anderson? They get your is your nephew or your whoever it is, Anderson. I hear they gave him a older man position. Yeah. All right. Black people getting a little something from PNM now, boy. Hey, Akira, how you going, girl? Akira come right after Anderson, you know. How things going with you and Anderson? All right, let me start at people business, eh? Oh God, wait now. Is this a different Akira? Akira, where you joining us from? That is not Anderson Akira. Okay, let me take that back, boy. My mistake, yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know if that is Anderson Akira or is that different Akira. Akira, where you joining us from? Akira Mari. Patricia, welcome. Pleasant evening to. Oh God! Pleasant evening to Professor Walshid and Uncle Tommy and everyone who is locked on. Hey. But what the hell is this? Yes, hey. I wonder if that is a real. Or I just reading the thing, eh? Sending greetings to my husband Franklin and I. That is Akira. Then Akira says, oh God. Anderson and I are divorced way breaking news in the village, boy. Anderson, what going on there, brother? Akira say Anderson and I are divorced. We had to talk to Anderson about that. That is news to us here, Anderson. We Anderson, boy. What they say, boy? Mouth open till we jump out. Is that what they say? That what they say in Trinidad earlier? I remember, you know. Yeah. Mouth open till we jump out, boy. What? Anderson, you had to defend yourself, you know, partner. All of a sudden, Akira jump in and she say, she and Franklin and I, boy. So, folks, what's really in making news today? I want to address a subject that it seemed to me, right, that certain people don't know their place in this society. And why do I say that? And I'm going to go down this road tonight. And the reason why I'm going to go down this road is I want to defend someone that I believe is a person who have done significant things as far as Trinidad and Tobago is concerned. Yes, have done significant things, many things that this person who is trying to drag this person's name through the mud haven't done 1/8 of what this person have done. And I'm going to go here tonight. I'm not sure what is that person's highest level of education. I'm not a person that like to talk about education. And I've said previously, there are many people who have never finished high school and own $1 million businesses, have done very well for themselves and their kids. And I said previously, my mother didn't even graduate from high school. And her kids, and their kids' turn out to be some splendiferous, marvelous kids. So it's not about what degrees you have, whether you have an MBA, whether you have a CPA, whether you have a PhD, and so on and so forth. But you have to know your place. You cannot, and I'm saying you cannot drag a person through the mud if you don't have zero qualifications, zero, like this person have. And when people ask the question, well, what should we be talking about, boy? We'll get to that. This person who dragging this person, right, have the only how that person have a work is because of the EAF virus. That is the eater food virus. The only reason why that person have a work is because either she cussed one party when she in another party, or she cussed the other party when she in the other party. That's the only reason why she have a work. But let the current party in Trinidad and Tobago, the PNM, lose that office. That young lady, I will feel sorry for her. And I know she said she has 2 kids. I will feel sorry for her. Because I don't know what she could do. Right? Because her skill set is something left to be desired. Really and truly. But I want to go through, and I'm going to tell you guys who it is. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys who it is. Be patient. Video welcome. Video welcome. Let me go and show you guys something. Let me show this to you. Because I think that when people want to drag people through the mud, at least have some sort of qualifications that people can say, yes, you're making sense. Not only that, but Dr. Selwyn Kojo, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, the crime talks, anybody could have showed up at those crime talks, right? And they can pick people who they want to go on the podium and speak, right? And I'm sure Selwyn Kojo is a speaker all across this country. And he goes, and when he speaks, he's paid for it. Yeah, I have had speaking engagements where I've been paid for it as well. Yeah. You know why? Because you have professor in front of your name. I wonder if that other person could go and do any speaking engagement any place and get paid for it. I'm asking the question. So, folks, I went to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, and I just say, boy, let me try to figure out, let me try to talk about, let me see what Selwyn Kojo has done, Dr. Selwyn Kojo. So here it is. Dr. Selwyn Kojo is a Trinidadian academic scholar, historian, essayist, and an editor who is professor of Africana Studies at Wellesley College. He was the Margaret E. Daffenborough and Leroy T. Carlson Professor in Comparative Literature and the Marion Butler McLean Professor in the History of Ideas at Wellesley. Kojo's particular expertise is Caribbean literature and Caribbean intellectual history, and he teaches courses on the African American literacy tradition, African literature, Black women writers, and Caribbean literature. You're listening, right? Listen. And let me say something else. Here is Selwyn Kojo's education. Fordham University, Columbia University, an Ivy League school, Cornell University, another Ivy League school. This is an individual from Trinidad and Tobago. That woman trying to drag a person like Dr. Selwyn Kojo through the mud just because he decides to talk about crime in Trinidad and Tobago, because crime is runaway under this RPNM. Runaway crime like we have never seen before. And Dr. Kojo is right. We should name this year in Trinidad the year of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, because the RPNM seem to have no solution for crime. Only remember just a few days ago, they were touting, oh God, look how safe Carnival was. You need to give Ola Tusifa a round of applause. A round of applause for what? Anytime they have Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, the murders just stop. They stop. Because all of the things bandits want to party too. Of course, bandits want to go take on wine too. But let me continue. And I hope that individual is listening. Yeah? Selwyn Reginald Kojo, life and career, was born in Tagariga, Trinidad and Tobago. Unlike several generations of his family, growing up on a sugar estate on which ancestors of his had worked. His parents, Lionel R. and Carmen Rose Kojo, his great-grandfather, Jonathan Kojo, was born in Tagariga in 1833, the last year of formal slavery, and his great-grandmother, Amelia, was born in the same village in 1837. I hope that woman listening, because them don't want to get this type of information, because them does really just come and just run them out. Let me continue. Kojo attended Tagariga EC School before migrating to the US in 1964 at the age of 21. So he left Trinidad and Tobago at 21. He continued his studies at Fordham University, where he received a BA in English and an MA in American Literature. He received his BA in English in 1969 and an MA in American Literature in 1972. He attended Columbia University 1971 to 1972 and subsequently earned a PhD in American Literature from Cornell University in 1976. Folks, I want you to go and look up Cornell University and Columbia University. Those are two of the top 20 universities in this island. This island, I say in this island, in this country. Look it up. So here we have a black man from Tagarigua come to this country at age 21, attended Fordham, then attended Columbia University, then went on to Cornell University. Yeah? And that, anyway. He has taught at Ithaca College and at Cornell, Harvard, Brandeis, Fordham, and Ohio universities before joining Wesley College faculty in 1986. You all hear that? You all hear that? Kojo has also been a lecturer at Auburn State Prison and taught at Bedford-Stuyvesant Youth in Action. Bedford-Stuyvesant. If you all know, I attended school in Bedford-Stuyvesant. And back then, in the 1970s, I attended Boys and Girls High School from 1977 to 1978. They used to call it Do or Die Bed-Stuy. Yeah? So he taught at Bedford-Stuyvesant Youth in Action. He served as the director of the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago and as president of the National Association of Empowerment of African People, Trinidad and Tobago. I want to ask a question. That person, the female on the 2 to 4 show, she ever served on any board in Trinidad and Tobago? I understand though that she has a CPEP contract. I do understand that. But think about it. A person who have a CPEP contract trying to drag a person who have a PhD and an MBA from Columbia University and Cornell University. But there is more. There is more. Among the books Kojo has written are Caribbean Visionary, A.R.F. Weber, and The Making of the Guyanese Nation in 2011. The Role of Resistance in Caribbean Literature in 2010 and Beyond Boundaries. The Intellectual Tradition of Trinidad and Tobago in the 19th Century, 2002. His 2018 book, The Slave Master of Trinidad, William Hardin Burnley, and 19th Century Atlantic World, is described by, listen who? Henry Louis Gage Jr. as a beautifully written and meticulously researched account of Burnley's life that unfolds the story of a planter who was born in America, educated in England, and made his fortune in the Caribbean. Measured in tone, this book not only exposes Burnley public and private racism, but also places his life in context of the greater historical currents of the first half of the 19th century Atlantic world. Listen, folks, listen, listen. You see, when we hear these so-called educated, illiterate people talking, you have to take them for what they are. If you think education, yes, I said illiterate, educated people. Yes. You have to take them for what they are, and you have to take them at face value. According to Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Keith Rowley, this is a quote from Prime Minister Keith Rowley, Kojo's new book should be used as a teaching tool in all schools across the country. I wonder if he still thinks that way, boy. The Slave Master of Trinidad was announced on the 2019 long list for OCM Bocas Prize for Caribbean Literature. You're listening to this? You're listening? And we have an illiterate, educated person trying to drag this person through the mud. All I ain't call no names here. What I'm saying is that it's a female and she's on the 2 to 4 show, 2 to 4 p.m. show on 91.9 FM. Let's go on. Kojo has edited a number of titles, including Caribbean Women Writers, an anthology of essays collected from the first international conference on Caribbean women writers, which he organized at Wesley College in 1988. And most recently, Narratives of Amerindians in Trinidad and Tobago, or Becoming Trinbagonian in 2016. A fascinating compendium of key documents on the narration of American presence in Trinidad. Kojo has appeared in many other publications, including the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Boston Globe, the International Herald Tribune, Baltimore Sun, Amsterdam News, Trinidad and Tobago Review, Callaloo, New Left Review, Harvard Educational Review, Essence, Trinidad Guardian, and Trinidad Express. You hear that? You hear that? He has also written several documentaries, including Tagarica, a village in Trinidad, and Caribbean women writers, and hosted programs for Trinidad and Tobago television. And we could go on and on and on and on. So all that is to say, ladies and gentlemen, all that is to say is that when we hear certain individuals blabbering their gum, blabbering their gum, and they don't have 1/8. Yes, illiterate, educated. Illiterate, I said it, educated. Right? They don't have 1 iota. And you know something? You know what the sad thing is, boy? The PNM, the RPNM, have these kind of people talking for them. Just imagine that. Them is the best of the best the PNM could put forward to speak for them, boy. Really? That is the best? You come in, you don't have a little snippet, a snippet of what Dr. Kojo has, a snippet. You don't have a snippet of what Dr. Kojo have. Cornell University, Columbia University, Dr. Kojo can teach in any college in the United States of America. And you hear what they will say? Well, he applied for a position at UE and they turn him down. You know. And them does want to talk about black this and black that. There is a difference. Prime Minister Rowley is the Prime Minister. He's running our country. Joseph Biden is the President of the United States of America. He running our country. He gets criticism. He don't get criticism because he white. But them educated, illiterate PNM, our PNM, want to say, oh God, only want to criticize. Walsh only want to criticize the Prime Minister because he hate him. Yeah? I hate him. No, hate is not in my heart. Not me. Not me. The policies, yes. I am an independent critical thinker. Yeah? But, you see, I was never part of the go along, get along RPNM gang. Never part of that. And you have persons like the person on the 2 to 4. But I ain't even talking about the other guy. The other guy who with her, he's a non-entity. Total non-entity. He can't get, he just barely get facts right. You understand? That man say Trinidad and Tobago is surrounded by 360 degrees of water. 360 degrees of water. He said that. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to listen to this. Listen to this. Let me find it here for you guys. This is just, these are the people who are trying their best, right, to denigrate a son of the soil like Selwyn Kojo because he went to talk about crime in Trinidad and Tobago. And they're saying that, well, he went on a UNC platform. A UNC platform? Eh? A UNC? I will get that one for you. He went on a UNC platform. Yeah? Let me get this for you all here. Let me get this one. Because, boy, we in our place, eh? Here we go. Listen to this. I want you all to listen to this. Because these are the kind of people the RPNM have talking for them. Hold on, let me get it. These are the kind of people. Listen to this. Okay, let me get
thing. 360 degrees,
Hold on, here
easy
we
to
go.
patrol. So let me don't talk about patrol.
Here we go.
Now, what it is really going on in this place? Now, what we know for a fact is that Trinidad and Tobago is surrounded by 360 degrees of water. We are an island. Anybody who knows anything about anything, 360 degrees, easy to patrol. So let me don't talk about patrol. Let me not talk about patrol. We are an island. Every part of this island state is an entry point for persons who want to do illegal activities.
Fact check. No, Trinidad and Tobago is not surrounded by 360 degrees of water. It is an island nation located in the southern Caribbean Sea, just off the coast of Venezuela. While it is mostly surrounded by water, it does share a maritime border with Venezuela to the south and west. So, the total degrees of water surrounding Trinidad and Tobago would be less than 360. Again, Mr. Rooster is wrong once again and continues to mislead the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. All we do is bring you the facts, right? So we have people who are their goal, their main goal is to mislead the population. That's all they need to do. Their main goal, and it starts with Daily Cry Baby voice in the morning, right? Start with him. Then it goes with the one at 2 to 4 with Mr. Rooster, right? And once they get off at 4, their goal, all they have to do for the RPNM is to come and mislead the population. Oh, Selwyn Kojo this, Dr. Kojo this, Dr. Kojo that. Oh, and the next one, I hear, what does call her again, boy? I think they just call her the PSA hater. And I want to make a call tonight. I want to call Jawala Rambaran to fact check something because I didn't have the time to do it. I want to call him to fact check something. So listen to a person on 91.9. Who she was with, boy? Yeah, I think she was with that woman and Mr. Rooster. I remember she name. I want you all to listen to her. Because it appears to me that their goal is to mislead you by any means necessary. They don't believe they have to bring any facts to you. And folks, we here at WZYE have started a fact check virus, a fact check epidemic in Trinidad and Tobago. You will hear many radio broadcasters now talking about, boy, they go fact check and they go fact check. Yes, we started that. We are changing the radio landscape in Trinidad and Tobago from the United States of America. We're not even on the ground in Trinidad and Tobago, and we're changing it. Because before, they could just come and mislead you, give you misleading information. Yeah? All kind of misleading information they used to give you. Daily cry baby voice, right? Who can't even 442 divided by 10 is 42. That's what daily cry baby voice said. Daily cry baby voice could not even divide. Can't divide. And them talking for the RPNM, you know. Them is RPNM activists, you know. And mind you, the one from 2 to 4 and Mr. Rooster, they started to call themselves political analysts. We shut that down early. We get rid of that. They stopped that. They used to call themselves political analysts. You know, they ain't even 10 degrees below zero. They're not even 10 degrees below zero, but they come in saying them as political analysts. They stop that. We cut that short quick time. Right? They get rid of that. They stop it. But I want you all to listen. But you know what? I'll play that when we come back after the top of the hour. Because I want you guys to listen to the type of misleading information the activists for the RPNM that's come on radio and spew. They spew plenty of red tricks. It's not red tricks, you know. Red tricks, you know. It's red tricks. So, folks, stick and stay. It's yours truly, Professor Wall Street. And I'm solo tonight, right? And we'll be right back after this short message. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Night and day are catching hell. People think are doing well just because I sing a few calypso. But that is my misery. Calypso don't make money, but most of them don't know that I have my axe to grind, just like any other man, existing in poverty and this giant ghetto land. But I intend to hang on. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me. No way, they go have to beat me. They go have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me picky must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Life ain't much for us to choose. Some we win and some we lose. But sometimes life is so confusing. I had a lot of friends one time whom I used to wine and dine and gave them bread when they need it. Now most of them against me, take me, make the enemy, simply because I am not what they all want me to be. And with the political views I can't agree, but tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting sitting in the cold, not me, Algie. No way, they go have to beat me, they go have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me picnic must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Let go. Well, days I at CBC, work at Halcyon for free when they went bankrupt and had no money. Because of my tolerance, they gave me the assurance the job belongs to me. But I hear some people hide in our society. They don't like my calypso because they can't control me. So they plan to kick out my ass. Tell them, papi, no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old. Sitting in the cold, not me shorty. No way. All you have to beat me. All you have to bury me. More than 6 feet and more. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me picnic must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Election come and gone, some of them treat me with scorn, others put the whole point against me. Tell them I don't give a damn, I am going to sing my song exactly as I see it. Whoever wants to make me a political enemy, who feel that they're playing God and could wreck the life for me, tell them I ain't running away. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old. Sitting in the cold, not me shorty. No way. All you have to beat me. All you have to bury me. More than 6 feet and more. Tell them I say I was born in this land. I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam. Me papa must yam. Me woman must yam. Me people must yam. Lad, nobody go run me.
And of course, that's right. Nobody go run me from my beloved country of Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody. Nobody running me. Yeah, I live in America, but I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody running me. And I wanna say to Ben Singh, Jerome Moses, welcome. Ben Singh, it's people like you, Ben Singh, who at least you're coming in here. Why you don't fact check all the crime in New York? You're living in a place worse than Trinidad. Trinidad don't need your rhetoric, Professor Pavement. Ben Singh, listen to this. Ben Singh, all you too easy, you know. Oh God, Ben Singh, all you too easy. I like all you, you know. All you too easy. Ben Singh, I want you to listen to this. You know, I could have changed the B in your first name, you know. But I'm trying to be impeccable with my words. Ben, I could have changed the B in your first name, you know. Ben, listen to this, Ben. Listen to this. Listen.
The crime rate in the United States is lower than in Trinidad and Tobago, but still higher than the global average. The crime index, which measures the level of crime in a country, is 47.70 for the United States and 70.83 for Trinidad and Tobago. The safety scale, which measures how...
Wait, Ben Singh, where Ben Singh gone? Let me see if he gone. Oh God, I like all the too bad. Ben come in hot and sweaty. Ben, I go change your, if you keep on, I go change your first name, your first initial from B. I go give it a different, the letter just before I. Yeah, Ben Singh now. Ben Singh say, why don't you fact check all the crime in New York? You're living in a place worse than Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad don't need your rhetoric, Professor Pavement. But Ben, I'm giving you it more wide. I'm giving you a wider spectrum. Listen. Listen and learn, Ben. Listen and learn.
The crime rate in the United States is lower than in Trinidad and Tobago, but still higher than the global average. The crime index, which measures the level of crime in a country, is 47.70 for the United States and 70.83 for Trinidad and Tobago. The safety scale, which measures how safe a country is 52.30 for the United States and 29.17 for Trinidad and Tobago. The homicide rate, which measures the number of murder victims per 100,000 population, is 5.4 for the United States and 39.4 for Trinidad and Tobago. These statistics indicate that Trinidad and Tobago is a much more dangerous country than the United States in terms of crime. The crime rate in the United States is lower than in Trinidad and Tobago, but still higher than the global average. The crime index, which measures the level of crime in a country, is 47.70 for the United States and 70.83 for Trinidad and Tobago. The safety scale, which measures how safe a country is 52.30 for the United States and 29.17 for Trinidad and Tobago. The homicide rate, which measures the number of murder victims per 100,000 population, is 5.4 for the United States and 39.4 for Trinidad and Tobago. These statistics indicate that Trinidad and Tobago is a much more dangerous country than the United States in terms of crime.
Ben Singh, where you? Where Ben Singh gone? Ben, where you? You see, Ben, when you come in the village, it is not like them other programs where you just listen to Ben Singh. Yeah? It's not like them other programs, Ben Singh. We come with the facts. Let me regurgitate something for you, Ben Singh. The homicide rate in the United States of America is 5.4. You know what it is for TNT? Under Prime Minister Rowley? 39.4. You know where it's safer? Ben Singh? United States of America. So Ben Singh, next time, before you're making statements, you do a little fact check before now. You do a little fact check. They'll be waiting for it to come, you know. Waiting for you. We just had the facts waiting for it to come. And we are more, you know. We are more. Plenty more. Yeah? Jerome Moses says, Ben Singh like he gone, boy. Oh God. Since I dropped the B from his name, he gone. Yeah, Dale said Dale feel he's the best talk host on Iowa Station. Waste of time. Jerome said Dale go cuss Wall Street. What you know? Them fellas that take up a whole program in me, I go in my way with Joyce and I get call from Wall Street, you listening? I was like, no, I ain't listening. I have to go and run. I have to go and teach. I have to go to my running development academy. I have to train kids who are going to get track and field scholarship. I'm doing so many things. You think I have time? You know, when I get my spare time, I just go and listen to them. Yeah. All Rowley does is fly over the world at taxpayers' expense. That's all. Hey, look mean with the cricketer last name. But, you know, Jerome has just said that. I see a post where the president of Guyana, I think it's in St. Lucia, for their independence. Where is Prime Minister Rowley? I'm just asking. The energy conference in Guyana that they had, that's still going on? Oh, I think the Prime Minister going on vacation. Is that what it is? Or they help me now? Because, let me see it here. I get a post. I see let me get it. I want to get it accurate for you guys. You know, we have to get it accurate. Let me see what it is here. I just get a post. Let me see. The president of Guyana is in St. Lucia. Oh, here it is. This is from the office of the president of Guyana. It reads, and this was today, His Excellency President Dr. Irfan Ali has arrived in St. Lucia today to attend the island's 45th independence anniversary celebration, which is scheduled for tomorrow. As a special guest, the Guyanese head of state will deliver a speech at St. Lucia's Parliament later today. He's also expected to interact with the St. Lucia's private sector. So, where the Prime Minister is, where he is, the president in St. Lucia, oh God, we should not take anything. The president of Guyana in St. Lucia for their 45th independence celebration, and we don't know where our Prime Minister is. Anybody could tell me where Prime Minister Raul is, please? I'm just trying to find out. Jerome saying Guyana. I thought he went there for an energy conference. Maybe mean with the cricketer last name unknown because he's a full supporter, you know. Margaret, welcome. Jerome, Rolling Guyana. Prasad, good night. Wamta Ben Singh boy. Ben Singh gone. Oh God. Ben Singh just come and he gone, boy. I play one video for Ben Singh and he gone, yes? One. Yeah? So folks, it is important that we continue the fight for an improvement in Trinidad and Tobago. We have to continue. We cannot give up. We just cannot give up. You know, and it's a lot of hard work, right? But I just told you guys about the Selwyn Kojo situation where we have people who not even close to Selwyn Kojo talking about trying to drag Selwyn Kojo through the mud. Boy, we sad, you know. We sad. And the thing about it is there's a certain herd mentality. Once they start, right, everybody just come out, boy. Once they start the rhetoric, it's all of them, you know. And all they're doing is regurgitating whatever I said. But folks, I wanted to play this for you guys, and then I wanted to call the former central bank governor, Joella Rambaran, to find out, because we just have so much misleading information coming out of the RPNM activists, right? So I want you to all listen to this. And then I'll call Joella Rambaran and see if I could get him and ask if this is true.
Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and a PNM and a Minister Young and all the ministers of the PNM in office right now, we would have been probably on the verge of bankruptcy because Joella Rambaran did say in 2015 we're in a recession and the country only had money in the treasury for 3 days. Thank you, Bruce Willis.
No, I did a research, and based on my research, Joella Rambaran did say the country was in a recession. But I don't recall Joella Rambaran saying anything about the country only have 3 days left of money to run the country. I don't remember that. So you know what? The easiest thing to do is to try to get the person who, this person, I think people just call she the PSA hater, but I ain't sure. That's what I heard people calling her. So let's try to see if we can get Joella Rambaran on the phone. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay, let me try here. Let me try something else here. So, folks, we're trying to reach out to Joella Rambaran. Let's try this. All right, let me try this then. Since that is seems to be working, let me go over here. Over here. All right, let's try this. So, folks, we are trying to reach out to former central bank governor. So, folks, we are trying to get former central bank governor Joella Rambaran on the phone. Okay, I don't think. All right, there was no answer. We're gonna try him back. Hey, funny say fact check them. We need the truth, professionalism, congrats and some. Yeah, we fact checking them. We fact checking them left, right, and center. Good night. Renrick Job from Tobago. We fact checking them. And that's part of what we do. We are here. Part of what we are do, part of what we are here for is to improve the information coming out from these talk show hosts. Rather than trying to mislead you, we want them to bring correct information. Right? And listen, we even had Gary Griffith fact checking the Prime Minister too, you know. Listen.
2021, again, the target is now 5% decrease in murders. 2021, there was a 12.5% increase.
Hold up. Gary Griffith was commissioner for the first 8 months of 2021. And if we look at the numbers from the TTPS website itself, we will see that we were going at an average of 31 murders a month, which means that we were going at a rate of just over one a day. This means that when you compare 2020's 393 murder toll to what occurred in the first 8 months of 2021, Griffith was on course to achieve the 5% decrease. So when Rowley tries to blame Griffith, he should really take a look at himself for the role he played in the meritless fiasco. Because that not only gave us McDonald Jacob, it gave the country a spike in crime so sharp that October and November 2021 became the third most and most murderous months in the history of our country, which was what actually accounted for the 12.5% increase that Rowley spoke about.
And I dare say that dramatic decrease was largely as a result of the population and the lockdowns in COVID.
This is simply not true, because in the record murder months of October and November 2021, which was the second and third months after Gigi left, we had COVID, we had public health restrictions, we had a state of emergency, and we had a curfew. So no matter how he tries to fool the public, those factors could never be responsible for Gigi's low numbers, and for the murder rate almost doubling as soon as Gigi was no longer commissioner. How can anyone trust a prime minister who would do something like this, which puts average citizens at risk from criminal attacks? Also, he could attack a political opponent. Shame on you, Prime Minister. Looks like Patrick Manning was spot on about who you really are.
And if you oppose him strongly, Mr. Speaker, he becomes a raging bull.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the facts, F-A-X.
Can you tell me the difference between leadership and management?
The difference between leadership and management is all about controlling and directing the resources and the people whom you are responsible for. Leadership, on the other hand, is about inspiring, motivating, and influencing people to achieve your objectives. In order to be effective as a manager, you need to be good at management and also leadership. So you need a strong combination of both to achieve your goals. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thank you, Prasad. Jerome says, imagine Dale have a son he's a supporter of. He's a supporter of Rowley. There's no future for your children under Rowley government. When Dale passed away, what future left for Dale's son? Right? You know, I see. You know, I don't understand why certain people don't see what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I don't understand it. Seriously. Sometimes I just think, boy, that we just missing, either we missing the boat or something we missing, boy. What it is we missing? Why we cannot understand that what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago? Because it's like we have, at one point in time, we were ranked 6th for murders in the world, you know. 6th, you know. And people were making all kind of excuses why we were ranked 6th. But you know what? This young lady and this young lady here, and I was playing this video today, and my son listened to this young lady, and he said to me, he said, Dad, you know, my son is born in the United States of America. He says, Dad, you know that young lady making plenty sense. Plenty sense, you know. I want you all to listen to this.
So the other day I stumbled upon a post by a government minister, and he was basically trying to compare property tax in the US to property tax in Trinidad, right? And before I begin, let me just say I have nothing personal against nobody in the government, right? But as a tax-paying citizen, I would like to know exactly where our money is going. And I would like to know, whenever you are comparing us, you are comparing Trinidad and Tobago, you are always comparing us with the worst of other countries and not the best of other countries. And what some of these politicians, like, they don't realize that this generation, information is free, information is everywhere, there's a vast amount of information, so we can easily go and fact check something that they say, right? It's not like the 70s and the 80s and back in the day when you could have just go up on a podium and say something and everybody believes that it is true. We does fact check thing. First of all, I would like to know, why are you comparing the economy of the US to the economy of Trinidad? And in that situation, you are comparing apples and oranges. You cannot tax a country into prosperity. Tax dollars alone not going to run a country. And the thing about it, generally, I don't think we have an issue paying the tax. The issue is when we pay that tax, where our tax dollars is going. First things first, there are significant amount of roads in this country that need fixing. Where are our tax dollars going? Right? There are many places in and around this country that do not receive water for days. Where are our tax dollars going? And it has really made me wonder, because so much oil money passed through this country and we have so much potential for diversification, right? we can have a wonderful tourism market. We can have a thriving tourism market. But property tax and retail, right? And if I have a crack on my glass, I get a ticket. And I had to go and carry my vehicle and pay for an inspection because my car have to be roadworthy, but the road is not car worthy. We are paying tax, but why so much pressure in the hospitals? We are paying tax, but why do I have to wait 2 and more hours to get one bus? And sometimes I feel like the government thinks that we are stupid and we will just fall for anything. Anything that they say. Just if they say something, okay then. Whatever. And again, I have nothing against the government or anybody in the government. I am just a concerned citizen asking questions. And I love my country. I love my country bad. But as a concerned citizen, I just like to know.
Makes absolutely 100% a lot of sense. In our community here, if we have problems with the roads, which we do sometimes, they will hear about it. And immediately, those roads will be fixed. So for example, we had snow, quite a bit of snow for the last 2 weeks or so. And whenever snow falls and they put on salt, salt really messes with the road. Right? So, they have to sometimes they have to repair the roads. And they don't want to go and repair the road now. And snowfall, they put on salt, and they're going to have to come back and repair it. In Trinidad, that's a different story. My understanding is that they will repair a road today, Wassa go come and dig it up 2 days later after they repair it. Right? So, she's absolutely correct. And what about, property tax gone silent, right? You ain't hearing nothing about property tax. How come, boy? Nothing but property tax. Not only that, but think about this, right? During the last local government election, they was talking about local government reform, and they was talking about the councillors being full-time. Whatever happened to that? What happened to that? Are the councillors still part-time? Are they full-time now? What about that? Recently, the Prime Minister talked about 100 million for urban communities. What happened to that? What about that? That gone silent too? I mean, the things that the RPNM give to people, and they just take it, and they just move on and they don't do it. And people just quiet. The carnival come, they jump up for carnival, and they have a good time, and that is it. When are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna wake up as a people? I'm saying the black people. I'm saying this to the black people. Just imagine this, Just imagine this. You supporting a government because you don't want the Indian Prime Minister to come in power. You rather support the black Prime Minister. Okay, fine. All right, to support whoever you want to support. But what about some results? What about some results? Are you happy that 26% of black people living below the poverty line? And I will say these things over and over and over under a black Prime Minister. When under an Indian Prime Minister, we had 17% black people living below the poverty line. Are you happy with that? Are you happy that 65% of the people murdered is young black youths? Are you happy with that under a black Prime Minister? Are you happy that 18% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago are unemployed under a black prime minister? Are you happy with that? Are you happy when they give out 100 CAPE scholarships? At least 80% of them are Indian. Are you happy with that? Are you happy that almost every socio-economic factor, black people is at the bottom of the ladder under a black prime minister? You happy with that? For a same man who told the people he have no problem making the rich richer, and I'm going to change it to keep the poor poor, to make the poor poorer. And they're happy with that. I know the first thing they're going to say? Wall Street hate Prime Minister Rowley. I don't hate for nobody. But black people, boy, oh God, what it is going to take for you all to wake up? What? What is it going to take? Only give me one socio-economic statistics that black people is either not even first, second, or third in Trinidad and Tobago. One. Yeah, KFC.
That black people is either.
The name is Star Wars Street.
Yeah, man. Where you going?
The name Uncle Tommy. I know you're not wrong, but the love still there. What do you mean if I'm happy with that, Mr. Wall Street? He black like me, you know. I thought piano man tell her dead. I like sufferation, you know.
KFC really and truly, boy, they like it that bad, boy?
What do you mean they like it that bad? They love it so. Like I see a contractor down by me protesting by the city hall. He pick up garbage. He's a contractor. He pick up garbage in them areas, and then 2 months now they ain't get paid.
2 months.
2 months now. And them fellas and them from down my mind down there. And them may be mobilizing all them youth man, them tell go and vote the PNM. I wonder if you go mobilize them, tell go and vote the PNM. But the real partner, come on dead. They take my injection and kill him.
Huh?
Yeah, that works now. And plus we finance and the woman who's the real finance, she come and pass with too. By McDonald. So the people on my end down there, I hope they wake up and see what's going on, because Darcy Duckwell bread protesting until they go and protest early in the morning again. Mothers and fathers crying out that they have no go should have nothing in the place. But Doctor Star Wars we go do, but we like it so, you know. Piano people like it so, not me, nah. Doctor, listen. There you go.
Now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? That party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party. You're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
Catch hell from the same enemy. We're all in the same bag, in the same boat. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. All of them from the same enemy. The government has failed us. You can't deny that. We must understand the politics of our community. And we must know what politics is supposed to produce. We must know what part politics play in our lives. And until we become politically mature, we will always be misled, led astray, or deceived or maneuvered into supporting someone politically who doesn't have the good of our community at heart.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much to keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful. It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him when he start pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there, and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw, and you don't know what's happening because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully.
When will we learn to live together? When will we learn to love each other? When will we learn to trust our brother? When will we live one for another? Lord, I search, but I can't find neither love, true happiness, or peace divine. Sometimes I feel like I want to scream and scream and scream and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. When will mankind turn from their evil? When will the children rise and shine? When will crime, violence, and corruption? When will they leave the hearts of mankind? Lord, I search, but I can't find neither purity, grace, or truth in mankind. Sometimes I feel like I want to scream and scream and scream and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. When will our dreams become utopia? When will our sorrow cease to be? When will the poor no longer hunger? When will mankind be truly free? Lord, I search, but I can't find honey and rivers full of wine. Sometimes I feel like I want to scream and scream and scream and scream. Sometimes, Lord, I feel I could scream. When you go find out.
When black people gonna wake up in Trinidad and Tobago? When are black people going to wake up in Trinidad and Tobago? When? That is the question, you know. When? We continue to support and support and support, and we continue to be at the bottom of the ladder in almost every socio-economic statistics in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have a party, a so-called black party, who have been in power for over 75% of the time. And when you look at the socio-economic statistics for black people, we are the bottom of the ladder in almost every statistic. And over the last 9 years, it has gotten worse. It has gotten worse. But folks, it's going to get even worse, you know. Listen to this. All you know, job cuts coming, you know. More job cuts coming, you know. Listen to this. Take a listen.
Job cuts expected as 3 state agencies merge. The amalgamation of Expert TT, Creative TT, and Invest TT into a new entity in April will see the current total of 154 staff members at those 3 agencies cut to around 90 to 100 people. This was indicated by Trade Ministry Permanent Secretary Randall Karim yesterday when Expert TT appeared before Parliament's Public Accounts Enterprises Committee. The PAC examined Expert TT Limited's audited accounts, balance sheets, and other financial statements for 2018 and followed up on the implementation of recommendations in PAC's 28th report. Questioned by PAC Chairman Wade Mark on the current amalgamation of the 3 companies, Karim said the purpose was to create a new entity that would be more operationally effective and to create synergies between exports and investment promotion. He said the legal process for amalgamation is nearly completed, and there are many legal and industrial relations issues that go with that. Work is ongoing with the ministry's lawyers and consultants to achieve the new entity by April. On the numbers involved at the 3 entities, Karim said currently the total headcount is approximately 154 people in the organizational structure, but he wasn't sure that was the actual number employed. We're looking at a new entity in the vicinity of about 90 persons, give or take a few more depending on some final decisions to be taken, so we're moving from about 150 to about 100 persons, he said. He added Expert TT currently has 80 people, Invest TT about 20, and Creative TT 50. Expert TT workers are represented by Bigwoo, Karim added. Mark also expressed a very deep, long loud concern on an auditor's 2023 observations on Expert TT's 2018 accounts where checks were signed by personnel not included on the list of authorized signatories provided and authorized people were signing for amounts above authorized limits, and this was honored by banks. Expert TT General Manager, Operations, Maria Padilla. Benjamin said from the 2020 audit there were 2 banking and signing resolutions in the same year, so a decision was taken with a list of signatories, and at some point in the same year another decision was taken. But the first set of people weren't advised of the second change, and so continued as the instrument presented to them said they were authorized until so told to sign checks on the entity's behalf. So they continued signing. Mark, claiming there was a breakdown in Expert TT, called for a report. Karim said Expert TT gave the ministry a report and this will be sent to PAC. He said the bank was notified of the inconsistencies, but Karim admitted, Obviously, something didn't go well in 2028, and we've been assured by expert TT the issues have been dealt with.
So think about that now, right? 150 down to 50. That means almost a little bit over 33% of people on the breadline. 50. Yeah? A little bit over than 33% of people going on the breadline again. Again. Them people ain't talking about that, you know. Them ain't talking about that. They want to talk about Dr. Selwyn Kojo. That's what they want to talk about. Them ain't gonna bring you that information. And you know what? Them people on them, they don't really want to know that information, you know. They want that information to be kept quiet. 33% people going home. 33%. Look. And that song what was just played, I play that song for most of the black RPNM people when all you go wake up. When all you go start critical thinking. When are they going to stop taking you all for fools? When are they going to do something for you all? You all hear the Prime Minister said a few years ago the PNM was going to try to do something and they didn't have the testicular fortitude to do it. I have come to the conclusion simply. You might as well give the UNC a chance and see what they're going to do for black people. Yeah. You have nothing to lose. What you have to lose? You ain't gaining nothing under the RPNM. So give the people a chance and let me see what happens. Maybe instead of having 26% of black people living below the poverty line, maybe we go back down to 17. Right? I will take that any day. Maybe instead of having 18% black people unemployed, maybe we could cut it in half and go down to 9%. Maybe instead of having 65% of them black youths being killed, right, we could cut that in half. We could make it 32.5. Right? Instead of having 100 scholarships and we could only get maybe 10% of these scholarships, maybe it could increase to 25%. Yeah. You have none to lose. It's like the same thing that said with Donald Trump. What do you have to lose? You have none to lose. But we know what we get from the RPNM. Black people know what they get. When are you going to wake up? When? I'm just asking the questions. Because people say, the first thing goes, oh, you don't live here. Why you worry about what's going on here? Why don't you worry what's going on in, as I say, the white man's country? Well, let me tell you something, Is the white man country was able to get me in the position that I am today. I don't know if I would have been able to do the same in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know. But it's the white man country here. And you know what? Many of you all, especially the female one on 2 to 4, maybe you need to travel a little bit, Just a little bit. You need to travel. Just a little bit. Not just go to Tobago, but maybe go up the islands. Go to Grenada, go to St. Vincent, go to Union Island, go to Tortola, go to British Virgin Islands, go to United States, UVI, USVI, go up to Puerto Rico, go to Barbados, check a little thing over to Guyana, and then you go start to think a little different. But when we come back, folks, Guyana just had a budget. Oh, God. You will see what Ghana budget is going to be. Ghana budget, budget, that's where the Prime Minister is now, or he's supposed to be there. Right? But I ain't see nobody asking the question, where's the Prime Minister? That's something else, man. But in the middle of all of that, let me play a little motivation, man. Or let me play a little motivation,
Never miss an opportunity to jump when you have the chance. Those who lack the courage to start are already finished. It's better to figure it out along the way than wait all your life for the perfect timing. Of course, determination and motivation can be hard when you're not sure of what the outcome will be, but it's better to try and fail than remain stagnant in one place for fear of failure. Remember, falling doesn't make you a failure. You only fail when you refuse to get up and try again. Obstacles are inevitable in the process of success. Determination is like a fire burning inside you, refusing to let obstacles stand in your way. It's that unwavering resolve to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. With determination, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So stay committed, stay focused, and never give up on your dreams. Remember, not all actions bring success, but there's never success without action. Those who are too scared to start are already finished.
There you have it, folks. That's our motivation for the day. Yeah? It's better to try and fail than fail to try. Right? And many of us, yeah, you know what? And people will say, well, we give them a chance in 2005. And listen, I'm no spokesperson for the UNC. I'm not a spokesperson for the PNM. I'm not a spokesperson for the NTA. I'm just an independent critical thinker. An independent critical thinker. And I think at this point in time, black RPNM people had nothing to lose. Nothing to lose with trying somebody else. Because this RPN not working for us. It is not working for us. How could you, I don't get it, man. How could black RPNM people, boy, wake up every single day and see black people going lower and lower and lower and lower, and you silent, boy, like they give you permanent Novocaine, and you're not one word. We had to bring back Sugar Allos to sing that song. Not one word from them. What it is, I don't get it. I need some assistance. When are we going to wake up? As Short Shirt says, when? When are we going to hold the people we put in government accountable? When are we going to ask them to be transparent and accountable? When? It seemed like we party in power. We ain't want nobody else. And we go defend by any means necessary. We defend. We don't care. We don't care. Wall Street, don't come with that 26%. Don't come with, you always come in with these numbers. Just like when was he building up in Chumaka, Clavantel? Not one of them black PNM radio talk shows. Not one of them. Not one of them, come and say, yeah, boy, let me support Wall Street fighting for that building up in Chumaka, Clavantel. The building down on Duncan Street where they mashed down like chili baby for the Laventel to Wall Street Empowerment Center. Not one of them come and say, yeah, boy, let me support Wall Street with that. And then the same one on the 2 to 4 program want to talk about, yeah, boy, we want David Mohammed to be part of that 100 million. We want to see how we could get David Mohammed in that. Them don't like David Mohammed. Them don't like David Mohammed. Let David Mohammed come and say anything about the RPNM tomorrow. You go still, they will curse him. They will curse David Mohammed left, right, and center. One thing, all of those say nothing about the RPNM, and those say nothing about Prime Minister Rowley. He like a god to them, you know. A god, you know. Say anything about him. Boy, they come out for you, boy. The PSA hater. The next one from the place start with a B. I ain't even remember that. Yeah? Yeah, Mr. Florida. Yeah, Mr. Florida. All right, he reconnected. Hey, Mr. Florida.
Hey, good night, Mr. Anselm. So Mr. Anselm, I like the conversation. You know, one thing that, somebody on the outside looking in, and one thing I realize about this PNM government, right, is that it have certain people cross the floor. But before the people them cross the floor, when they was with UNC, they saying all the negative things about PNM, the bad talk.
Obika,
yeah.
Obika.
Yeah, and when they cross the floor, they become, I see, good. They welcome them with open arms, but they forget what they say before now. The same thing with the man from Gypsy was a UNC, cross the floor. He's a good guy. No, they forget he passed. Some other Sankar Singh or something.
Yeah,
he was UNC.
Yeah,
he crossed the floor, so he good. So the thing where I realized with the PNM is that once you are against UNC, you're a good person. They give you high praises. This man who was speaking on the forum, the crime talk, he's a very educated.
Very educated man.
Yeah, very educated. He is a person that I feel proud of. I can speak about him.
I'm proud of that man.
Because the kind of education that man have, I cannot dream in my wildest dreams to have that half of that education he have. And then they just be talking about promoting African culture and African people in Trinidad, the PNM. And they bad talking this man, they chewing this man, making this man feel like he's nothing. And they forget all the hard work this man did in studying. This man could go any part of the world and be respected, but he can't be respected in his own island, his own country. So I realize one thing with the PNM: once you're against UNC, you're a great, intelligent, perfect person. But once you go against them and you stand up on something where you believe, he have his own point of view. If he thinks something is not right, he could change and he could go to whoever he wants to. That's his right. He educated and the man know what he wants. But Mr. Hansen, so you see where it is? It's a one-sided thing. So I look on and listen, I'm enjoying the conversation.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Let me go for the break. And that is so true. Right? You know, them people used to be like, oh, when we come back from the break, going for the break, it's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. You can also get us on YouTube on WZYE TV on YouTube, and WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Stick and stay. We'll be right back to this message. Don't go nowhere. All right, that thing don't want to go there. Oh, okay, here we go. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Tired, I can't take no more. With these people who say it for, I really want so much to believe. Who it is, you really want to see. All around me I see growing industry, creating many job opportunities. So much of money passing through we hand, until we say it hard in this land. Informer, bang on Josie, you could never see me gonna poor man like me. You might think he's a top notch, the way how you drinking scotch with an expensive gold watch. You won't save a cent and pay no rent. Tell him work hard, he get violent. That very suit looking so refined. This time he jumping short, rag up like farmers are mine. I know fellas who work Texaco 40 years and design with a pocket low. Some of them didn't have a chick nor a child, was only work and get paid and spend money while. And these are the men who complain for price. When their business was nice, they didn't take advice. Some of them house falling down flat on the ground, but they driving around some in new brand Toyota Crown. This glass for $50 brings on all his fingers and Ray-Ban keepers. When you want people in pants and you're missing a dance, won't give restaurant food a chance. It's way and wappy white women and song. And if he get a stroke and lie down, the wife take a next man, he balling hard and gold face enough to crush she and say she bad. From the pockets of the poor spender comes the future of the rich spender. Remember, you have the buying power. You are the controller of your dollar. These big businessmen make profits in trade. By the sweat of your brow, their fortunes are made. And with all of that, they pay you no mind. All they give you is an almanac Christmas time. Poor man, you spend so much for Christmas, so much money to play mass. Poor class, stay poor. And these rich men open store, and you won't keep out the door. Is why they're rich and you poor. What did you say? You ever in now and then? Let Barclays and Royal Bank be your friend. They must fabricate some respect for you and realize that poor people is people too.
And of course, folks, that's the one and only Maestro, Poor Man. Yeah, we are back with you. It's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. TNT time, 6 to 9 p.m. USA time. So, folks, I was telling you all about the Guyanese budget. Take a listen to this. Take a listen to what's coming out of Guyana. Boy, I don't know what to say, you know. Guyana have $1 trillion budget. $1 trillion Guyanese dollars budget. Take a listen.
Guyana's government just tabled a massive $1 trillion national budget for 2024. I'll give you one guess how they're planning to afford that. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. So Guyana's government just approved the country's largest ever national budget of 1.1 trillion Guyanese dollars. That's roughly $5.5 billion US. For context, Jamaica's budget last year was about $6.4 billion US dollars. So Guyana has about 1/3 of Jamaica's population, but they're preparing to spend almost as much as Jamaica. Now, this is the largest budget in Guyana's history, and it's almost double the country's budget from 2023. So whenever we hear these big budget numbers, the first question is always, where is the money coming from? Well, the government was quick to highlight that there will be no new taxes, so that's a relief. According to the budget, roughly 29% of the government's spending will be funded by the country's ever-growing oil revenue. In 2023, Guyana's Natural Resource Fund, which is like the country's bank account for oil money, received almost $2 billion from oil-related activities, including royalties and profit from oil sales. And remember, Guyana is projected to become one of the top 5 oil producers in the world, so their revenue is expected to go up each year. According to the budget, the government is spending heavily on building out the country's infrastructure and health care. The government set aside $1.1 billion for public works like road repair and development. $646 million is being invested in education, and another $622 million is budgeted for health. But the government is kind of walking on a tightrope when it comes to spending. See, the Natural Resource Fund that I mentioned earlier was set up as kind of like a savings account for the country, so that the country doesn't make all this money from oil and then in 30 years have nothing to show for it. One of the fund's key objectives is to ensure that volatility in natural resource revenues do not lead to volatile public spending. According to the budget, the government plans to spend $1.1 billion of the money in the fund this year, which doesn't seem like that much when you think about how much the country is projected to earn. But a projection is just a projection. And we know oil prices can be very up and down. Plus, Guyana still has this oil beef with Venezuela to work out, so who knows how that will affect their revenues. So one of the criticisms of the budget is that the government is doing too much too soon. On the other hand, money was made to be spent, right? And developing the country will help to maximize new opportunities. So it's all a delicate balancing act, and that's the bottom line. So where do you stand? Should Guyana spend up the oil money, or should they try to save more? Go to the link in my bio and tap newsletter for money news like this straight to your inbox. Let's get this money.
Let's get this money.
There you have it. Guyanese have what, boy? $1 trillion budget, boy. And I know for a fact that Guyana wouldn't make the same mistakes that Trinidad make. Whereas that in 2024, we have about 26% of black people living below the poverty line, the most in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go to Jack Day on oil spill. Next few videos, we'll be talking about the oil spill. Let's go, since we're in Guyana, let's go over to the vice president.
Oh, yes. I guess
moving over to the oil sector.
Moving over to the oil sector now.
So, it's in the public domain that there was an oil spill in Trinidad and some stories would have been carried on it. On this front, Trinidadian officials are saying that the 2 vessels involved in the spill were destined for Guyana.
I don't know about that. First, they didn't know anything about it. They were trying to find out from us whether the vessels came to Guyana. So I'm not sure. But even if they're destined for Guyana, any vessel from any part of the world destined for Guyana could topple over, could sink, and then create problems anywhere in the world. So would we stop vessels coming from Guyana? So were they bringing the oil to Guyana? Were they bringing this oil to Guyana?
That's a question for you, sir.
Oh, okay.
Starbuck, so my questions.
Okay.
Are you concerned that Guyana could face any legal ramification from this spill and its impact on marine life?
Legal ramification for what? A vessel that... What? Explain that.
There was a statement that was released by Trinidad and Tobago, and it said that the vessel was destined for Guyana when it toppled and those spills occurred. And currently there is approximately, I think, 15 kilometers of Tobago shore that they're trying to clean up with all of this.
You're not explaining the sensible thing. So the logic is that you're saying that the logic, if a vessel is leaving the United States of America destined to Barbados, privately owned vessel, and sinks off the coast of the Bahamas, that Barbados now, a sovereign country, must bear responsibility for that vessel, because it's a private vessel coming to the country to do private business there. The state of Barbados must be responsible for the spill. Is that the logic? Is that the logic? Is that the logic? well, it's stupid. It's not sensible. Let's go on.
Okay.
There you have it, folks. Vice President. Yeah? So Trinidad somehow contacted Guyana, right? But there is more. Take a listen.
There is a huge oil spill off the coast of Tobago right now. It's already harming the local economy and it's wreaking havoc on the coastal environment, about 15 kilometers of it. And while this is going on, there are tens of thousands of people celebrating Carnival at the island. The ship responsible is the Gulfstream, and it was sailing under an unidentified flag. The government has clearly called a national emergency, and over 1,000 volunteers have scrambled to try to help. What's disturbing is we know very little about what was going on in the ship. There's no sign of life anywhere on board, and it looks like the top was just completely flattened. It's suggested that the mystery vessel might have been involved in illicit business, which does not surprise me. Trinidad and Tobago have a small supply of oil, but they do sell some of it to Venezuela, and the United States has been hounding Trinidad and Tobago's possible violation of the U.S. sanctions against Venezuela. And it would not surprise me at all if these ships were transporting oil illegally during one of the most busy times of Tobago's year, because it is much easier to sneak ships through when there are already thousands of ships by the shore. Maybe a deal went sour, but I find it highly alarming that this was not blasted all over the media. Why don't we know about this gigantic oil spill? If you're curious, this is where Trinidad is. It's right off the coast of Venezuela, and you could see how Guyana is right there. Know that tensions between Guyana and Venezuela are quite high. Either way, something's fishy. But here's what you can do. Each of you can reach out to your local representative to send some kind of aid to Tobago. The island doesn't have the infrastructure for this kind of cleanup. I'm looking for organizations where I can donate to this, but I haven't found anything yet. If you could help me, that would be great. I found out about this oil spill from Mr. Global, so I was reposting his post. I invite other creators to start making posts about this oil spill. We can actually make a difference, so please, let's start. I'm the Geo Husar, and please help me get the word out.
So there you have it. So here is more in-depth news. It's a little long. I'm going to play the whole thing regarding much information, additional information about this oil spill in Tobago. And it just seems to be going from bad to worse. Let's take a listen to this.
On today's episode of What's Going On with Shipping, we look at the oil spill off the coast of Tobago. I'm your host, Sal Mercogliano. Welcome to today's episode. So got a note from one of my Patreons asking me to look at this story, and I've been meaning to do it, but more information has developed. And so I want to give you the kind of the most complete information I can. A lot of this is going to be coming from our buddies over at Tanker Trackers. I'll highlight them here in a minute. If you're new to the channel, hey, take a moment, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so be alerted about new videos as they come out. All right, a lot of news stories out about this. This is the story over at G Captain. Tobago's tourism fishing hit as oil slick spreads across the Caribbean. Estimated about 35,000 barrels of oil has been spilled. That's about 1.5 million gallons. And we're going to talk about exactly what this involves. Another story over at Maritime Executive. I'll have all these stories available for you. Tobago's IDs tug and barge in oil spill as search for missing tug continues. A lot of questions about the tug involved in this, different names, and I'll come back to that. And then finally, this story over at Splash, Sam Chambers, oil from capsized vessel off Tobago make its way back to Venezuela. The irony of this story will be put upon you in a minute of why this is such a good story to have in here. All right. This is the letter out from the Ministry of National Security. This is from February 14th, which discusses the issue. It goes down here. In recent days, the spill of black oily deposits was identified in the water spreading from Scarborough area to the lowlands in Tobago, posing a serious threat to Tobago's biodiversity. The spill appeared to be emanating from a wrecked barge, which was discovered lodged on a reef in the vicinity. It goes on here. The Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard has also confirmed that the barge was being towed by a tug that's Solo Creed from Panama, destined for Guyana. Satellite imagery also shows the Solo Creed towing an object on the 4th of February, 2024. Now, understand, ship names change all the time, especially in the tug and barge industry, especially in the trade we're dealing with here. You'll see this ship listed as the Solo Creed, the Ranger, a few other names. The key thing is ships cannot change their IMO number, their International Maritime Organization number. And that's how this vessel will be tracked. The letter goes on. The Minister of National Security, the Honorable Fitzgerald Hines, said he appreciated the support being provided by the regional agencies. We have been working very closely with the Guyana Coast Guard on this critical matter, and we appreciate the full-scale support. They're trying to locate this ship that was towing this barge that obviously capsized, sank, whatever happened to it, and wound up on the shore of Tobago. So this satellite imagery showing you the extent of the oil slick. So the vessel overturned on 7th February, wound up on the very southern shore here of Tobago. Now the current here sets from the lower right to the upper left. So it comes out of the southeast and heads to the northwest. So it appears that the barge was lost south of Tobago, southeast of Tobago, and washed ashore on its coast. Some images of the oil cleanup that's being done. Obviously, it washed ashore. You can see them removing the oil. Oil floats on the water, so it gets right up there on the surface. The big thing is, of course, on shore, cleaning it off the shore. And Tobago has done an amazing job. This is some images of before. This is on February 8th, and then on February 13th. You can see the scope and scale of the cleanup has been going remarkably well. Still a lot to do, however. Very hard to remove all this. So a lot of this information is coming from Tanker Trackers. I talked about this a minute ago. A great outfit to follow. And in particular, what they say is they're an independent online service that tracks and reports shipments of crude oil in several geographical and geopolitical points of interest. So if you're an oil broker, you're getting oil, you want to make sure it's coming from the right spot. You're not basically trading in contraband or sanctioned oil. That's what Tanker Trackers does. Great follow on Twitter, by the way, if you want to follow them. Always putting out great information. So this is the track of Ranger or Solo Creed or whatever you want to call it. It sails out of Panama, comes out of Panama, sails up along the coast of Colombia. It will go back and forth off the coast of Aruba for a few days, gets off Curacao. Then, interestingly, on about 22 January, it goes dark off its AIS and doesn't pop back up again until much later. We don't see it pop up again here to 4 February. So that's a long period of time to be sailing about 350 miles. The ship didn't disappear, understand. It turned off its AIS for a very good reason we're going to come back to. And then the ship appears again here at the very end around 5 February and has gone dark ever since. We believe the ship was heading over here toward Guyana on the the north coast of South America. So this is an image that Marine Trackers put out. Samir Madani and his crew over there did a great job. They caught the Ranger and the barge Gulfstream in port in Venezuela, Pozella Bay in Venezuela. This is on January 26th of 2024. They use a lot of open source intelligence, including satellites. They caught the ship in the bay with the barge. So it's believed this vessel loaded 35,000 barrels of Venezuelan oil. And there's issues with sanctions against Venezuelan oil and where you can trade it to. Here's a clearer image caught on satellite of the Ranger or the Solo Creed towing the barge. Interesting to note that this is a push barge, not a pull barge. You'll notice at the very end of the back here, a notch for the bow, for the tug to go in. So these are kind of what we call ATBs, articulating tugs and barges or integrated tugs and barges. You typically push these, kind of they act like a big long bow on the front of your barge, but in this case, they were towing it. Also, kind of an interesting perspective here, and I'm not sure if it's the satellite image or not, but you're getting a big view here of the port side of the vessel and even the inside cut here on the stern area. Makes me almost wonder if the barge has got a list to it to begin with. You don't quite see that on the tug up forward, but you definitely see it on the barge. That could be an indication that were some issues with this. And then one of the last tweets out from Tanker Trackers on this, this came out on February 15th. New details emerge regarding the oil spill in Tobago. Sat picture taken on February 6th. This is the day prior to the news report, and the barge came ashore on February 7th. Shows that the Gulfstream is the name of the barge, had caused the spill 16 nautical miles south of the island. Barge probably washed up and capsized overnight. They may have been choppy waters. So not exactly clear if the barge began to leak or broke away from the tug and then capsized or capsized when it came ashore. What we do know is that this was the tug and barge pair that was doing it. Not a lot of information on this tug when you go into Equus and a lot of the other online sources. This is the murky nature of shipping, unfortunately. We just tend not to see that much information come out about ownership and who owns all these vessels. Very much the dark side of global shipping. So a quick little recap. Obviously, Tobago is working along with other nations to conduct the cleanup. We believe the oil was loaded in Venezuela. That's why the Splash 24/7 story is kind of ironic that the oil spill is heading toward Venezuela. But there's no laughing matter about an environmental and ecological disaster that we're seeing here. And this is part of that illicit oil trade that we see happen a lot. I want to make you aware of a video I'm working on. Hope to have it out this weekend based on another research done by Tanker Trackers. And that is this story that was in the New York Times just this past week, $2.8 billion hole in U.S. sanctions on Iran. Times investigation reveals how lax government oversight allowed shadowy oil tankers covered by American insurance to fund Iran's regime. Great story by the New York Times, but more importantly, some great data provided by Tanker Trackers and a few others. Really kind of getting into that story, putting that together for you. Hope to have it out for the weekend. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hey, take a moment, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll be alerted about new videos as they come out. Leave a comment, share it across social media, and if you can.
Hey, your mic, Mr. Anselm, your mic off.
Oh, it was off? All right, yeah. Thank you.
All right, yeah, no problem.
All right, cool. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Florida. I said my mic was off. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, man. We don't have, thank you, Margaret. We have 2 vessels coming into Trinidad and Tobago waters, basically undetected. They come and they left. Nobody knows where the other vessel is located. No one. They can't find it. And all of a sudden, we have cocaine wash up. Huh? Boy, Gypsy have a song. The devil have a hand in running the land, you know. The devil must have a hand in running the land. Yeah, the devil have to have a hand. But I have another video for you guys. But before we go to that, in my estimation, I believe that maybe Dr. Kojo is correct. Maybe we should make 2024 in Trinidad the year of crime. I think so, at the rate that we're going. So let's take a listen.
Professor Selwyn Cudjoe is calling for this country to declare 2024 a year of crime in order to have complete focus on treating with the issue. The remarks were made at the United National Congress's 3rd Town Hall meeting on crime last evening. It was where UNC leader Kamla Passan-Pasasa rejected a wage hike recommended by the Salaries Review Commission. Alicia Boucher has more in this report.
Professor Selwyn Cudjoe says despite party affiliation, it is important to speak up on the issue of crime and criminality, and each individual must actively participate in mitigating the problem.
Trinidad and Tobago should declare 2024 the year of crime, in which we direct all of our energies, resources, and insights to end this crime wave. In this way, we signal to the population that making the country safe is the primary business of the entire nation and everyone in that nation. It's not the exclusive concern of government, the police, the army, or the magistrates. It's a concern of all of us.
In addition, the professor believes that a national and bipartisan consensus must be reached on how the country would address crime.
To investigate crime problems, we must go to the community where people live, where they can offer their ideas freely in their own setting, speaking with one another as a family.
But the scholar highlights the importance of a judiciary that functions efficiently, as he states that no case should take over a decade to be concluded.
The time is ripe, to hold the judiciary to account in the administration of justice. To do so, we must allow them unfettered access to financial resources and also to the consolidated fund.
He is also weighing in on the Salaries Review Commission's 117th report, which proposes an increase for the President, members of Parliament, including the opposition leader, and Prime Minister, and would take the Prime Minister's salary from approximately $59,700 monthly to $80,000.
The minimum wage is how much? $20. And you multiply 20 by 8 hours a week, and 8 by 5 days a week. The average person making how much? About $3,200. But the SEC, you can't blame the fella because they have a new thing. Gonna get something, how much? Yes, oh God, don't make me. I know the salaries why about commission, but don't make my life for them thing. Let's keep the substance of the thing going. All right? I'm talking about the disparities. Because if a man don't have something, he gonna thief.
And opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar is making it clear where she stands on the issue.
I'll tell you this, that is a matter for the government. The opposition has no say. I said in Parliament last Friday, let the opposition have its say. What happens? The government has its way. That is how the Parliament works. So that is for the government to decide where they want to go. But if it were me, I wouldn't go down that route. I wouldn't go down that route at all.
Persad-Bissessar admits that parliamentarians do work hard.
But it also covers people like councillors. It covers all the senior public servants who work very, very, very hard. All is about a few hundred people. They should benefit from it. You could leave us at the top. You could leave Rowley, no. Okay? Kamla, no. The president, no. But give the rest of public servants, give it to them. Give it to them.
Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.
Now just imagine, right? Selwyn Cudjoe, Dr. Cudjoe, had 16 points that he read out. Those in the go along, get along P&M gang. All they could find is Dr. Cudjoe said that you should go out and thief. Listen, if you're poor and your family now no food, you could either go out on the street and beg, you could beg your neighbor, you could beg your family, and if they can't give it to you, what do you think you're going to do? You go find by any means necessary to get it. Dr. Cudjoe didn't tell you people go out and thief. Why you think there is so much crime in Trinidad and Tobago? And then we have Corrine Ashey talking about poverty is no excuse for crime. I don't understand. And listen now, you know, them supporting, and I said, you see that song? That's a pro-P&M song. Anytime you put Prime Minister Rowley in the video, you know it's a pro-P&M song. That song pro-P&M. And some people have said, maybe that's why Corrine Ashey didn't finish in the top 3 in the semi-finals, but she comes second in the finals. Some people have said that. I don't know. She didn't come in the top 3 in the semifinals, right? But she comes second in the final. Poverty is no excuse for crime. As a matter of fact, we did an editorial on that. Let me see where I have this editorial. Poverty is no excuse for crime. Where's our editorial, boy? Okay, maybe I have it some other place. Okay, I can't find. We did an editorial on that, what was said by let me see if it's over here. That was said by Karina Shea. How could you come and say that poverty is no excuse for crime? The Brookings Institute, there are several studies that have shown that poverty and crime goes hand in hand. But they still want to make excuses for the RPNM. That's what they are saying. Poverty is no excuse for crime. When people backs are against the wall, what do you expect them to do? When you have 18% of black people unemployed, you have 26% of black people living below the poverty line. What do you expect? You have 65% black people being killed. What do you expect? What do you expect? Yes, Dr. Kojo, you are absolutely correct. Make 2024 the year of crime and fight crime with any means necessary. We have had a young man here, Sergeant Ramsey. He have put forward some solutions on the table. What is the current government solution to crime in Trinidad and Tobago? What solutions have they put on the table? What to the 100 million? They talk about the 100 million. What to that? And you know the sad part, boy? When you listen to certain people on radio, you will swear, boy, things are hunky-dory in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. And I have said this, if you take a survey and ask many Trinbagonians who live outside of Trinidad and Tobago, where do they feel more safer? Do they feel safer in the United States? Or do they feel safer in Trinidad and Tobago? I'm speculating here that many of them will say, I feel safer in the United States of America. We have the Calypsonian watchman. He said he's scared to go back to Trinidad and Tobago because of the crime situation. He in Uganda. He rather stay in Uganda than to go back home to visit Trinidad and Tobago. He feel more safer there. And I have to be honest, I feel much more safer in the United States than going to Trinidad. Because you might be an accessory to crime. Right? Sometimes you rather be part of no gang or nothing, no. You just standing up there and them fellas come to get somebody and you an accessory to what it is. That's the way it is. But people want to think that we bad talking the government and we bad talking Trinidad and we, you know, we only like we want crime to increase in Trinidad so the other party could come in power and all this kind of thing. At the end of the day, I can say this without fear or favor. Me personally, I am about what's good for Trinidad and Tobago. And I have certain things that I would like to see the RPNM do. Yes, I would like to see that the next time I go back home to Trinidad and Tobago, Laventille and Mova, the infrastructure in those two communities have improved 100%. Where people could get water, electricity, They'd rather be begging to get water. Just imagine that 2024, people had to be begging for water. Water, an essential like water. How come them two communities who have never forsaken the PNM, have always voted for the PNM, is to the two most dilapidated communities in Trinidad and Tobago? Yeah, I said it. Why is that? Why? And we just sit down there and accept that. And you know what do you just say? We just come with the herd mentality. Hey, them people lazy. They don't want to work. All they want to do is just sit down on the block and lime. Really? Let any company come to Trinidad and say they're employing people in Trinidad. Let our next cruise ship come to Trinidad and say they're employing people. Look how much people go line up. I guarantee you over 1,000 people line up. Guaranteed. Over 1,000 people go line up. So, them 1,000 people don't want to work. Them just saying on home linemen, right? Them saying on home linemen. And that's the kind of rhetoric you just hear from black PNM people. It's black PNM people, When you listen to certain programs on radio and you hear them black PNM people calling, you will swear that Trinidad, in its current condition, is the paradise it was 40 years ago. You will swear that. Because all they're interested in is defending the government by any means necessary. That's all they're interested in. They're not really interested in the betterment, even for their own people. They're not interested in that. They rather make excuses, just like Karina Ashe making excuses. No excuse for crime. Poverty is no excuse for crime. Excuse. Why Karina Ashe don't hold the government accountable for the amount of black people living below the poverty line, the amount of black people unemployed, the amount of black people being killed, right? The amount of black students scoring under 50% in the SCA. How come? None of that, boy. None of that. And you don't hear them PNM activists talking about them thing, Them thing is, they cannot speak about that, They cannot. It takes people like us to have those discussions. Because if they have those discussions, and you know what? I understand why they can't have those discussions, Because they go take food off the table. And I'm not interested. I don't want to take food off anybody's table. But at least you could take a stand for one or two things. Just one or two things. And boy, the way how them just drag certain people. Let Dr. David Mohammed come out and say something against the PNM anytime soon. Or, as a matter of fact, I'm putting you all on notice. Let something happen and Dr. David Mohammed come out and say something against the PNM. You go see how the female pit bull and from 2 to 4, how she go drag him. Because them is draggers, But wait, they still have the drag in Trinidad? Yeah, them go drag them, And they don't care, They don't care. Well, you remember when I was singing the song with the national anthem? Them didn't defend Iowa, Them didn't defend them. Them two of them sit down there from 2 to 4. Them didn't defend Iowa. When Iowa take the anthem out of the song, here they come now. Yeah, Iowa did the right thing, boy. Yeah. Them supporting the PNM. When Dr. Rowley made his statement on that song, it already gave them what they need to talk about, It gave them talking points. Them can't disagree with that. They have to come and say, nah, boy, you can't use that song in the anthem. But after the fact, once Iowa withdraw that part of the song, they could come down and say, yeah, boy. Yeah, Iowa. Excellent, excellent. Them, it's sad. And them is activists for the PNM, you know. But I have said, the PNM shouldn't do them anything. The PNM should lift them up. Really. They should lift them up. Because them going to be the downfall of our PNM. Because all them does be talking about is race, race, race. Race to the rum shop, race to the store, race to the savannah, race to buy coffee, race to buy doubles, race to buy roti, race, 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 race. All the time with them. That's it. But I'm letting them know. You see that young lady what talked today? Them young people now is different, you know, it's TikTok. Right? It's IG. Yeah? Them and they're Googling stuff now. You can't get them. You can't, as the saying, you can't get them. You can't bazodi. You can't make them people bazodi with your misinformation. Because that's what you have a lot. Remember, we have to be honest, eh? We have to be honest. Our PNM have an excellent propaganda machine. You can say what you want. The RPNM have a splendiferous propaganda machine. And when you see them put that propaganda machine in place, all hell break loose, you know. Yeah. Because once the female pit bull start to talk and say, do this, do that, the rest of them just come in behind and they regurgitate it. You know, that'd be funny, you know. Some of them don't even hear the community program halfway. They didn't even know what the program is about. And them just comment on what they didn't hear in the first hour. They don't have to listen. Because they know the script. They understand what they have to do. They understand their purpose. They understand what they are there for. Many black, the 70 to 80% of black people who vote for the PNM, them understand what their role is. Their role is not to uplift people that look like them. That is not their role. Their role is to defend the RPNM so the Indian party don't get in power. That is their role. Whether you like it or not, that is the truth. Their role is to listen to the female pit bull, Mr. Rooster, Daily Cry Cry Baby 1, Daily Cry Cry Baby Voice, Miss Fallacious, who just come back on the morning. And they might just listen to them. Whatever rhetoric them throw out, they might come back and regurgitate that rhetoric for the whole day. The whole day. And the pastor with the internet search engine name. Them ain't thinking for themselves, you know. Them 4 people, it's about 5 of them or 6 of them, them thinking for them people who just call them programs on them. And there was never anything, any information to uplift these people. Nothing at all, nothing. And they're happy with that, boy. That's why I call them the go along, get along, RPNM gang. Because they're just going along to get along. And that is it. That is it. They don't really care. But I don't know, eh? I am waiting to see what happens in the next election. I am waiting to see. Because I don't know if we could continue that way. Yeah? I really don't know. But many people don't mind continuing that way because my party in power. You know, when I look at the statistics, and I see that the PNM been in power the longest in Trinidad and Tobago. and black people that look like me are the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. How could you wake up every day, put your vote in the PNM Bank, in the RPNM Bank, and the other people who cannot elect a government other than give them money for them to spend across the country, them benefiting more than you after the election is finished? I don't understand that. Well, I understand it, but I don't understand that. And I don't understand why my people cannot understand that. Why you have power. You have power. But they don't use the power. They use the power to drag people. That's what I'm interested in. You talk bad about the RPNM, we go drag you. Dr. Kojo, you talk bad about the PNM, we go drag you. Dr. David Mohammed, you say one thing bad about the PNM, we go drag you. Wall Street, you say anything bad about the PNM, we go drag you. But it's okay, you know. It's okay. But as explainers say, we just can't continue this way. No, we know we can't continue this way. I don't think we could continue this way. But folks, it appears that Ian Allen and Xander, as they call him, have made up. Take a listen.
Must be different. Okay? So we decided to put all malice and whatever behind us. We are good buddies again. Go ahead.
You fly. But come closer, let me tell you what to do. Fly. And you proceed to give the people what they need.
What do people need? They need you, you know? They need you.
Huh?
They need you.
They want to do But let me tell you this, sir. Let me tell you this. A good man always tell me this. You say you value yourself. Don't let anybody put value to you.
True.
Put value to yourself.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
At the end of the day, you have to come for you, you know. Other people can say what they want, because some say what they want, saying all kind of thing. You gotta put value to you. So listen, hold on. On this scale, you see there? Plenty. They fly.
The Jean-Pierre Complex.
There you have it. Xander and Ian Allen makeup boy. But one news story that's gone under the radar is the renovation of the Jean-Pierre Complex. They're going to spend $65 million. I think it's $65 million. They're going to spend on the renovation of the Jean-Pierre Complex. Right? I think that's a good thing. Take a listen.
The Jean-Pierre Complex, a symbol of Trinidad and Tobago's athletic prowess, is set to be revitalized with modern facilities and an expanded capacity for sports events. This project honors the legacy of Eugenia, Jean-Pierre, and reaffirms the nation's commitment to nurturing athletic talent. In the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the Jean-Pierre Complex stands as a beacon of athletic prowess and cultural heritage. Established in 1978, named in honor of Eugenia, Jean-Pierre, a legendary figure who captained the national team to victory in the Netball World Championships, the complex is on the brink of a transformative refurbishment slated for 2024. The project, estimated at $36,105,966.64, aims to revitalize the facility's aging infrastructure and expand its capacity to host a wider array of sports events and activities. A new chapter for a storied venue. For decades, the Jean-Pierre Complex has been a central venue for not only sports, but also cultural events, drawing visitors from across the region. Yet, with the passage of time, the need for modernization has become apparent. The comprehensive refurbishment plan includes general repairs, replacement of spectator seats, enhancements to washroom and player facilities, and upgrades to the scoreboard and hard courts. These improvements are designed to not only extend the complex's lifespan, but also to enhance the experience of athletes and spectators alike. Envisioning the future of sports in Trinidad and Tobago. The upcoming refurbishment of the Jean-Pierre complex marks a significant investment in the future of sports in Trinidad and Tobago. Beyond the immediate enhancements, the project reflects a deeper commitment to nurturing athletic talent and providing top-tier venues for regional competition. By modernizing this iconic facility, Trinidad and Tobago signal their intent to remain at the forefront of Caribbean sports, ready to welcome athletes and fans with world-class facilities. A legacy reimagined. The legacy of Eugenia, Jean-Pierre, and the 1978 Netball World Championships victory is deeply interwoven with the identity of the complex. This refurbishment project, therefore, is not just about bricks and mortar. It's about honoring and extending that legacy. The upgraded complex will serve as a tangible reminder of the country's rich sporting heritage, inspiring future generations to strive for excellence on both the national and international stages. Advertisement. As the Jean-Pierre complex prepares to enter this new phase of its storied history, the excitement among the sports community in Trinidad and Tobago is palpable. With an eye towards the future, the refurbished complex is set to reaffirm the nation's status as a hub for sports and culture in the Caribbean, ensuring that the spirit of competition and camaraderie that defined its past will continue to flourish for decades to come.
Anderson, welcome.
Good night to you, Mr. Walshit, and to Uncle Tommy. Mr. Walshit, we have a situation presently that happened in BTM. I think the world would like to hear what that. And when we talk about we people, and we African people, and them Indian, I have a young lady here would like to speak to you all, and hold on. I will should explain all here about Miss Batista that deals with the social welfare and assistance, you know. Probably she's one of the coordinators or assistants who work with the ministry, will do the passing along and whatnot. And this young lady will explain you all what she's going through, right? Right? She ain't given no name, and probably she will send the name for you off here. So you don't have to give them your name or anything, but it's a young lady from Beetham, and she do get assistance, I know, by you know, whether it's school time, whatnot, to the people will know, give us online assistance. But you need to listen to this story, watch it, and the world need to listen to this. Hold on.
Pleasant good night.
Good night to you. How are you doing?
Good. I'm all right, but not too pleased with the situation.
Okay. What is the situation?
Well, I'm a single mom and I have 6 children, right? And currently I'm unemployed. I'm not working. And I've been trying to get some assistance from the government. And it have a social worker. It have an Indian lady. She was trying to push it through for me, but it have a social worker, right? She comes around with her car and she asking everybody all kind of stuff and only asking me for documents, and it's like she don't want to help me. So tonight I get angry and I turn and tell her, say, you know what, forget that. I go do what I have to do, even if I have to go out and hold up a little plaque and thing to see what my trend with. Because it's busy about 6 something or 500, they fight me down to give me to make a little groceries for my children in the month with. Sometimes I might not have the financial, you know, income to send them to school every day. So I was asking her to help me to provide that. You know, so I could send them out to school with a little case of water and the juice, and she blocking that for me. So I never turn and tell her, no, but I would try to seek help somewhere else.
So how long have you been trying to secure this help?
About almost, let me say, about 2 years and more for the most. Yeah, about 2 years and about 3 years.
You haven't had any assistance for 3 years?
Yes, I was trying to get the food card help and stuff from them.
And you haven't got enough food card in 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you received any assistance at all?
Yes, I had received like a one from, not from her, but from other grant. But I was asking her for the food card because I had a food card but was from another, I did get it from another district. And she kept telling me my file was up in Port of Spain. And when I went, well, you know, we district, it does deal with a different post now. So when I went to that district there in Laventille for Laventille Regional, she telling me, oh, I have to go up, so for the file. But I tell her, well, if all they have the information on the computer, all the ministries linked to one, so you could pull up my file on the computer. And it's like she don't want to give me the food card. So I reach out and I tell her, forget it, you could go ahead. A black woman fighting on a black woman, I don't want it anymore.
So have you reached out to any other person other than that person? Have you reached out to anyone else?
No.
Okay.
No.
What you don't think the council might be able to help? No?
Well, the councillor, he recently renewed. He recently, the old one get phased out, and there's a new one running system. So he told me he had to soak in first, but he did help me. Well, that he tell me he did help me with a little book stuff earlier on. Like when because they didn't have no books and thing for school. The MP from over, he did help me too. Because when I went to Hines, boy, but Hines make me to know he not impressed. I come looking for him. That is what he tell me.
Say that again?
When I went to Hines to ask for help, I saw him in Price because I used to go there to hold up my little plaque and take ask for help. And when I saw him, he told me, well, he gave me 100 and I tell me, come at the office. When I come now, about 3-4 times I never get you. So one of the councillors had given me his number, and I believe that was his personal number. So when I called, I said, well, this is the young lady, so he meet and whatever. And he tell me, well, he not impressed that I came looking for him. I said, well, I never come to impress you, remember, I use my MP. I supposed to come to you for help. You understand? And he telling me he is mine, he's not impressed. And he never gave me any help. So, and I leave that as that.
And how long ago was that?
That is about, let me say, I want to lie, about 2 or 3 years now. I just leave it so.
So what you are looking for, you are just looking to try to get a food card in order to assist with your kids.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And also, if anything, if I could get a job, if I could get something small, anything. I even trying to apply for apartment and stuff from agency, but they have money waiting list. They see the billing something and I have to wait. So if I could get my house and I already going through the evaluation with the application, so by affidavits, all those things.
So you have gone through all the process for agency house, you're saying?
Everything. Every single time, a reference number, everything.
And how long?
I even once was on the news when I make a video stating that I'm not living anywhere because my mother did recently put me out and stuff, but right now I stay with my friend. But I have until the end of this year to get somewhere.
But if we post this video, how is someone going to get in contact with you? If somebody needs to get in contact with you, how is someone?
I could give you a number and you could also get in contact from this person here too. But I could give you a number.
Put Anderson back on the phone.
Hold on.
It's all shit.
Anderson. Well, Anderson.
But that's how God is okay. And see, there's not nothing to lie about. She said once that, you see, Mr. Agent, it could be PNM, UNC, whoever he is from Mova. That is the only PNM person does help her. And when not she get help from her, she will get help from Kareem Marcel. I know, see Kareem? Yeah. Kareem, but this is what no, not because Kareem is my nephew.
But Anderson,
you see, she saying Kareem took 2 or 3 children booklets.
Listen to this. What I'm trying to do is that when this video goes out, we have to be able for people to, when they look at in our way to get in contact with her. How are they going to get in contact with her if we don't have any?
Well, give them your number. You need to give them your number now.
Yeah,
hold on.
Put her back on the phone.
Because
that I give the number.
Mr. Waltrip,
yeah.
This is not someone who I went looking for to come on the program. You know. This is a story we hear while listening to your program. You know. So I'll let her give you all and know the world is listening. Hold on.
Yeah.
Pleasant good night again.
Yeah, pleasant good night. So
Yes, 320. Oh, sorry.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, my telephone number is 320-3711.
320-3711.
3711, yeah.
So what we are saying is that anyone that's listening and hear this video, you can contact the person at 320. What's the other phone numbers?
3711, 3711.
320-3711. That's 320-3711. So when
Yeah.
when this video goes out, we hope that you hear from a few people who are going to be willing to assist you. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you so
Because
much.
if you go and see and see, you will see a video with me, asking Miss Kiesel Jackson. She had reached out to me too when I made the video, and I want to say thanks very much to all the people that helped me, Kiesel Jackson, Adrian Leons, Kareem Marcel, these people is the ones that they reach out and they assisted as fast as they could, but at the end of the day, I'm still trying to help myself too, and I want to be independent in the same way too by getting a job or something. I want my little own house and stuff for them train because there's 6 of them.
Okay, so thank you very much. We're gonna put this out and we will see what happens. Okay?
Thanks very much, sir, for hearing my story, and do have a blessed night. Okay. Right? And you continue doing what you're doing best for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So folks, there you have it. We gotta go for a quick break, and we'll be right back when we come back, from this break. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. TNT time and 6 to 9 p.m. USA time. I mean, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Everybody have their little difficulties and little troubles, but, when we come here and we talked about people living below the poverty line, people that say, there are no poor people in Trinidad. Trinidad don't have no poor people. Yeah? Trinidad really not people struggling. Look how much people going to Stink and Dirty Fed. Look how much people paying $5,000 for a costume. That's the excuse they just give. Right? Look at them. They're liming on the streets. They're liming on the drinking rum and they're smoking weed. That's what it say. That's what it say. And they don't want to get to the bottom of the problems that we're facing in Trinidad. That's why we have so much crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Never in the history of Trinidad and Tobago have we had this amount of crime. And we just don't seem to have the solutions to solve it. We don't seem to have the solutions. So folks, it was a pleasure being with you. I mean, I hate to end the program on that note, but it's just so sad. It's really sad. And I am saddened by it, to be honest with you. I don't know the lady's predicament, but I don't know what to say. But anyway, folks, my closing comment is, dear God, I don't know your plan for me, and at times it can be scary, but I know you have a purpose for me, and everything I'm going through is for a good reason. Let me repeat that. Dear God, I don't know your plan for me, and at times it can be scary, but I know you have a purpose for me, and everything I'm going through is for a good reason. And you could see what just happened there with that young lady. So I'll see you guys again on Sunday with Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. And I think we're going to be on 91.9. I guess we just have to wait and see. Okay? So we're going to go out with this song by King Short Sword, Power and Authority. Take care, guys. See you.
Power rules the world today. Power corrupts, they say. And absolute power corrupts you. Absolutely. It can change a man who has a heart of gold, make him cruel, wicked, self-centered and cold. Many men in this land, many organizations fought for freedom and justice throughout the land. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about nobody. Prostituting the island, to all and sundry, they peddling my people's right. Exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. I wonder how we survive. Think it over, my friend. Think it over again. Think it over, don't vex with me, shorty. Think it over, I'm singing as I sing. Food we can't even buy. Murder the price too high. Malnutrition killing the children while we the adults starving. Yet the price is rising without control. Young man begging bread by the side of the road. And chamber of commerce in this land, I tell you, they don't give one damn. The more we try to economize, the more cost of living rise. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about nobody. They prostituting the island, milking the land dry. They making my people starve, exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. This thing just can't go on. Think it over, my friend. Think it over, carefully again. Think it over, don't vex with me, shorty. Think it over, I'm singing as I sing. Work we can't even find. Life seems a waste of time. Nothing to do but sit around the corner line. So frustrated, some would rather starve than beg. Others turn to crime and steal what they can get. And the judges have no sympathy, they're hammering everyone that they catch. Even little children are jailed without regret. When they have power and authority, they don't give a damn about you or me. Or what they do, lock me up when they catch me, smoking little tampy while the social rich are freed, exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. A poor man's life is really hard indeed. Think it over, my friend. Think it over, carefully again. Do it again. Think it over, don't vex with me.